Hi, we're Joel and Lia, and this video is all about buying a house in the UK versus the USA.
So, there are differences in terminology and stuff which we'll come on to, but I think there's one major difference, which was highlighted to me personally a few years ago when I had a nightmare trying to find my next rental. It was the most stressful experience ever, and obviously I complained about it on the internet, and loads of our American viewers were just like, but why is it so stressful? They just couldn't relate and they couldn't understand why, because they'd be like, just contact your realtor, like it's not a big deal. And then I realised the whole process is completely different in America.
Yeah, and I wondered why even for finding a place to let, to rent was just as easy for them as well with buying and letting. It seems like the relationship they have with the realtor, what we call the estate agent, is so different, because over there it seems like you've got someone who is dedicated to finding you the solution.
Basically a personal assistant.
Basically, yeah, for free, and then they take their commission.
I wish we had this, and I'm sure in the UK somewhere that there is a private service like this where you could pay them loads of money to do it, but it's not normal practice.
No.
We don't have realtors in the UK.
So it really is up to you to like go and search for properties, go and find it, arrange all your own schedule, book all your viewings in, give your phone number, your personal phone number out to so many randoms. Every time you make a phone call, you have to register your name, your phone number, your email address, everything. Give your details away with every phone call.
And this is why it gets stressful, because you're giving it out. It starts with every single estate agent you contact. You're like, you found a property, you're like, oh, can I look at this? They're like, oh, what are you looking for? How many bedrooms? Do you want a garden? Do you need a parking space? Who's living there? What's your budget? But everyone asks that, so about 10-15 times you've got to give that same information again and again.
No one's doing that job here of like taking that on for you and just taking a commission at the end. It's just not the done thing here. So yeah, obviously if you haven't guessed, that estate agents here in the UK work off much less commission, around 1.5% of the sale price of a property.
And that's because they get a salary.
Yeah, so they're just paid like anyone else who just works in an office, and like doing viewings is just a small part of their day. It's not like kind of what you see on Selling Sunset where they go and pick up their clients and it's kind of like luxury, get a coffee and schmoozing and taking them around from viewing to viewing. Imagine just turning up and being like,
oh my gosh,
I'm just going to be showing some properties today. Like,
the article that we read said that like your realtor might go to Starbucks, get you a coffee, get you a cupcake and like drive you around, and I'm like, this is the dream, as if you don't even have to pay for that.
No, you don't. It's just, well, they want you to buy a house, don't they?
And that's the thing, the realtor seems to be on the side of the buyer, whereas all of these estate agents are solely on the side of the person renting, so the landlord or the seller. So they are so dishonest. This is why I hate estate agents, because they're so dishonest. However, I think if I had a realtor, I wouldn't hate realtors, because they're on the side of your side, as the buyer.
There's a huge thing in the UK, like it's kind of a well-known fact that like estate agents are full of like they are just full of they just are if I wasn't a YouTuber, I'd be an estate agent because I can talk for a living. So like I just think they are the kings and queens of chatting. Absolute bullshit.
And on the surface they seem lovely, you get along with them, and then you realise all they were in it for is the sale. They'll lie to you, they'll put pressure on you to up your offer, they'll like do all these things.
Like if you say to an estate agent in the UK, like, oh, has there been a lot of interest in the property? They'll be like, oh, tons.
Oh, you need to put an offer in today because it's going quick. 3 weeks later it's still on the market. It's like, they're such liars.
You call up a property that's been on the market for over 12 months and you're like, oh, why hasn't this sold? They'll be like, it did sell actually, it's just fallen through. You're like, I genuinely don't believe anything you say.
And some estate agents are so bad in the UK. They'll literally just give you a tour. I could do it. They literally walk in not knowing the property and they're like, so this is the living room? And you're like, yeah, I got that. Can you tell me a bit about like what's the height of the ceilings? Like, is there any damp problem? Like, they just don't know anything. They're just like, this is the bathroom, and you're like, thank you for giving me a tour of what the rooms are, but I want to know more.
It's really funny because a lot of them don't know anything about the area either. So you're like, oh, you know, what's good about the area? You know, is it quite desirable? Is it a family area? And they're like, oh, I don't know, I just opened the door. And
it's so
I think
funny.
the thing is in the UK is that they do have like key people. So I know from doing viewings on a Saturday, you never really meet with like estate agents. You meet with like these key people that just you know, £10 an hour.
It's usually the Saturday boy or girl.
Saturday boy.
They're like 17 years old. They just let you in.
They just let you in.
They're like, what's a mortgage? I don't know.
They're honestly they just let you in. They're just there for a bit of cash. But I think this is truly the main difference in like finding a property. I think we said everything about the chauffeur tour, all of that. It's just not a thing here. One thing I think also that's worth mentioning is that although in the UK you really do have to be in a position to buy a property in order to put an offer in, you can go and view things even if you're not in a position to buy.
You can also put an offer in.
Without them seeing it.
Without them seeing any finances.
Yeah, whereas in the US, you do have to be pre-approved, have pre-qualification, because they don't want anyone just wasting their time. And I think the UK is a bit guilty of that, because you could be a time waster. You could put an offer in and then they say, oh, can we see your proof of funds? And you've got nothing to show. So I'm not sure why that is still allowed. But
no, I definitely think the system works better in America, and I definitely would 100% would be a realtor. After watching Selling Sunset, I'm I'd definitely be a realtor.
I need to watch it.
Huge commissions.
It's amazing.
Just from like taking people around and just being like, so here's a luxury home. And they actually know, they seem to know what they're talking about. I'm sure they blag their way through a little bit, but they seem to be like passionate about helping these people find a home, as opposed to estate agents who quite often as well, you'll turn up to an appointment with an estate agent and they'll have about 10 appointments and you'll be one of 10. And they'll be like, okay, go in, they'll give you a quick tour, then they're like the next one, and then they give them a tour, and it's like, they don't work for you, they're there for the seller.
They just completely work for the seller. They don't really know anything about you. I think the most you'll ever get asked by an estate agent is like, what's your budget, what's your name, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like, there's no story, there's no kind of connection.
No.
So there really is room in the market for, estate agents with a difference.
Maybe we should start our own realty company, whatever it's called.
I don't think Brits are interested.
No.
I mean, maybe. Would be. Yeah, you would be. I would be.
Yeah, we would be, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Just so that we don't have, because also, as we said, giving all your details to all these estate agents, they're also calling you up going, hi, it's blah, blah, blah from blah, blah. You inquired about that property, and you're like, which one? Like, I've inquired about 100 properties. I don't know which one you're on about. So it gets very stressful and very confusing.
And also, none of them ask your permission, but you continue to remain on their mailing list. Every time you call up to do like detail registration, they automatically add you to their mailing list. Yeah. It's really annoying. Anyway, we've complained quite a lot, but there is a few other things. So obviously just a few lingo. There's just a few other words we have here. So we would call it a solicitor, not a attorney that deals with all the paperwork. Or sometimes we say the word conveyancer. Yeah. They sign off as that. So attorneys. Also, you don't have to go into the office to sign the papers here in the UK. It can all be done remotely. You can sign your papers, send them like special delivery to your solicitor's office.
You get your identity confirmed by a friend or someone that knows you, that's a professional, that's a teacher, a lawyer, a dentist, that isn't related to you. Yes. So they'll just say, I confirm that this is a true likeness of Lia Hatzakis, blah, 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 and you can do it like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think we did that because in COVID times it was hard to like travel to the office of the solicitor and be like, I am me, I exist. So yeah, remote signing, the different names of the solicitors. What else is there?
There's words like escrow that I've learned that I'm like, I don't know what that means, but I think it's different. I think it's like exchanging. When you're in escrow, it's equivalent to the contracts have been exchanged. And we call that exchange, I think.
Yeah, so if you're in escrow, you're
committed.
Pretty much, you're committed. Like if you don't buy it, you've lost your... No, you are legally bound to buy the property.
Oh yeah, to give them like 10% of the property value or something.
So that's exactly like you said, that's called exchange and completion. In the UK, we often exchange and complete on the same day, but you can do delayed completion where I've agreed legally to buy your property, we've exchanged, but I need to delay 30 days, for example. So we'll do delayed completion in 30 days where we do the key handover and the rest of the money. So there's kind of flexibility, and I'm not sure if that actually exists in the States, if you have all of that on one day. But yeah.
Also, I think open houses are very common in America. I feel like they don't happen that often. Like when I've been driving around Florida with my family, there's so many like open house signs and flags outside. In the UK, the only time you get that, I think, is if there's a brand new estate and there's all show homes and things. You wouldn't just drive down a normal street with a thing saying show home or like open house. Like it just doesn't happen unless it's a new build.
And like you say, it wouldn't be like publicly advertised. I've been to few open houses, but only for properties that are on at auction.
Oh yeah.
So auction properties will have like the open day. Do they even call it open day? They'll just say people are going around on this day if you want to go, and you just turn up. But I've never ever seen a sign in the UK like open day, come on in. Like,
we need to go.
Just never happen.
When we go to Boston, we need to go and find an open house or something and just look around.
Brits go. Do you have to like have proof of funds to go around?
Well, no, because we've looked around some open houses, and like I think that's the only time you don't need to be pre-approved is when it's an open house.
Okay.
And they just like the realtor will just let you in, give you some paperwork, and just let you look around.
Oh,
so we've done that.
Why
and
is that the most fun thing ever?
Anything. Yeah, so nice.
Get a car and just go to open house days
so
all day. That's so good.
And they do ask questions. They're like, oh, so you're Brits? And they're like, oh, are you legally, like, are you allowed to buy? Because on the place where we were looking, you aren't allowed to buy unless you are actually going to live there. So you're not allowed to buy it as a rental. So they're like, are you a citizen? And we're like, no, just looking. And they're like, okay. So they didn't mind. No.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so it seems like there are so many more differences as well that we haven't even covered in this video, but if you are interested in hearing them, then we'll go away, do a bit more digging, and we'll come back to you guys with another one. So do let us know.
This was a fun one. Yeah, let us know in the comments if you would like to become a member. We have memberships on the channel where you can get bonus members only videos for just 99 cents per month.
Really good sell. You did a really good sell then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you have purchased?
If you were a realtor, I'd have purchased that.
Thank you. And there's no lies here. It is 99 cents. You can pay for the higher tier if you want to get early access to videos. But you don't have to get the bonus videos.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Someone hire him.
Hire me immediately. I need commission.
Yeah. Oh, imagine if YouTubers worked off commission.
That'd be fun. They kind of do with affiliate links.
Oh, affiliates. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, guys, that was really good fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.